Autumn is up.
A -5 penalty, bloody hell. Plus the what? -1, -1 I get from my whatchamacallit.
Resurrection sickness, yes.
Is it even possible to hit something with that large of a penalty?
You can roll a 20.
Oh, I feel so much better about that.
Yeah, just roll a 20, it's not that hard.
Oh, I don't care. Right.
I already rolled a 1.
The southwest corpse thing. Oh, right.
And as Autumn approaches, she too smells the horrid stench and takes a -5 penalty.
But I don't breathe through my nose.
Well, it doesn't matter. Even if you breathe through your mouth, the same thing applies.
Fine. Right.
You taste it in your mouth, and the senses of taste and smell are intimately tied.
So I get what, a -6 attack modifier then?
You got it.
Oh, this is not going to be a good repository. Ha! 16 versus AC.
Autumn misses.
Damn, that makes me sad.
Coltane.
Right. Coltane is going to put away his sword and shield and can I put away the sword and the shield and pull out a crossbow in one turn?
Minor, yes.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Zook.
Zook will cast a... Hold on. He's gonna move a bit closer to the corpses, but not so close. So right now he's standing between Coltane and Wintier. He's gonna cast a Flame Seed on Wintier's quarry. 16 versus Reflex, hit for 5 damage.
And Zook hits. He burns the corpse. Now it smells even worse. Poor wreckage.
-10 penalty.
The corpse steps away from Autumn, then reaches inside its gut, pulls out its liver, and hurls it at her.
That's just disgusting.
I
Is
hope
Zook
you
Gotta
can
run out of
dodge.
ammo soon.
Autumn dodges the liver.
Ha! Ninja skills.
The corpse that was charred by Zook seems to regenerate the burns, and now is unscathed. The corpse backs away from wreckage, reaches into its gut, and pulls out its stomach before throwing it at Zook.
Hold on.
He
I
is
wanna pull it
outside
back.
of... Can he do that?
Yeah.
It's an immediate... Warden's Grasp is an immediate reaction, so he still gets to make the attack.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying.
As the stomach strikes Zook, Zook takes 9 points of damage and feels himself weakened by the necrotic energies. That save ends on the weakened condition.
With Worm's Grasp, I could slide the target 1 square.
Where do you slide him?
I will slide him the closer to wreckage.
Point at the square.
Yeah, thank you.
Round 1 ends. Wintier, round 2.
Winter shakes himself out of his dazed state, having missed horribly. Takes aim at his quarry again and fires 2 arrows. That's 22 on the first attack for 3 damage and 18 on the second for 7 damage.
Both arrows strike the corpse.
And an extra 7 damage from Hunter's quarry.
Wreckage. Still taking that -5 from being nauseated.
Wreckage shifts 1 square closer to the sarcophagus. And he's going to do another Earth Shield strike. And it gets a 9.
Miss.
And he'll also renew his Nature's Wrath.
Why is it so quiet?
It's always quiet before the storm.
No kidding.
As Wintier is standing there, drawing another arrow from his quiver, he feels himself sucked into something, and as you guys look, to your horror, you see some form of gelatinous cube occupying the entire corridor to the north, and Wintier sucked into it. This thing is 10 feet wide, there's no way around it, and it is almost translucent. You didn't see it as it must have been approaching. You only see it now because Wintier is suspended inside of it.
Shit.
Oh,
This
there's
is
slime.
not the slime, by the way. It's a different slime.
Wreckage thinks it's the same one.
Is it possible to pull his ass out of that slime?
Alright, now, Wintier is going to be taking ongoing 10 acid damage as he's being digested by this cube. He is grabbed, and he is dazed. Autumn.
Fine. If you'd rather fight this stuff, I'll do it. Right.
Well,
Out of curiosity, if I'm standing between those two corpses, I'm not gonna get a friggin' penalty from the pair of them, am I?
you won't know until you try it.
Oh, and moving into that square is not gonna incur any attacks or anything, right?
That would not provoke any opportunity attacks.
Okay, then I'll move into that square between the two evil, stinky, and then I'll regret it afterward. Any downsides I need to know now before or while I'm gonna use my attack. I'm gonna hit the one that's marked with a piercing strike. So is it -6 or -11?
Negative sinks.
Oh, phew. Oh, don't I need to do the sneak attack thing too?
Absolutely.
Do I put the -6 into that as well?
No, that just applies to your attack roll. Sneak attack is just damage.
Okay. So piercing strike would be 20 versus reflex, and if it hits, it'll do a total of 12 damage.
Autumn slices into the corpse. It is visibly wounded. In fact, some sort of black ichor is oozing out of it. Coltane.
Great. I just spent my whole turn getting different weapons out, and now there's another monster. Coltane takes a shot at the marked corpse with his crossbow. But that's a 10.
Miss.
Right. And then he drops his crossbow and gets out his sword and shield again? If I just drop it, that's a free action?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's what he'll do then.
Zook, weakened at 29 out of 40 hit points.
What to do?
We're all gonna die. Yells Coltane. No, just kidding.
Inspiring the Drogans.
He's gonna do another flame seed on the marked corpse. Okay, 18 versus reflex, hit for 1 damage.
Zook slightly singes the corpse.
Oh, that just makes things smell worse in here. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome.
The other corpse looks like it's trying to move around Autumn. But stops and turns to attack her. It is flanking, but it doesn't seem like it intended to do that.
Meaning what? It doesn't attack with benefits?
It slaps Autumn in the back for 5 damage. Autumn is down to 26 out of 34.
I'm gonna get that wanker when I kill this one up here. Then we'll see who's slapping who.
The corpse tries to move away from wreckage and slaps Autumn for 4 damage, bringing her down to 22. Does wreckage pull him back?
Yes, into the original spot. Exactly.
That ends round 2. On to round 3. Wintier is grabbed. He can attempt to escape the grab.
Or he can just sit there and get digested.
Well, for starters, he does take 10 acid damage, bringing him down to 17 hit points.
This cube is not fair. So, what's the best way of escaping a grab?
To escape a grab, it is an acrobatics or athletics check.
Alright. Does he suffer for being dazed?
Dazed does not have an effect on escape. It just means he could only take 1 action, and he is granting combat advantage.
Well, that sounds fair. Alright. He's gonna use athletics to try and escape the grab. Oh, joy. He rolls a 1 for a total of 9.
Wintier struggles in vain.
I don't suppose he can save against acid if he's still inside it.
Unfortunately not.
This thing's gonna kill him before he can get out. Oh man. Doug's gonna be so annoyed. And that's his only action, right? Okay, jolly.
Wreckage.
Wreckage is going to mark the same guy again. And do another Earth Shield strike. Actually, he's do Strength Stone. Strength of Stone attack. Ooh, it rolls for 12.
That's a miss. The cube moves forward and tries to engulf Zook. And successfully engulfs Zook.
Uh-oh.
So on top of being weakened, Zook is now dazed, grabbed, and taking ongoing acid damage.
Yay!
Autumn.
I'm hitting the corpse just to my north with another piercing strike. Oh. A 4 versus reflex. That's not good.
No, it is not.
If I'm lucky, it'll hit for a total of 15 damage.
As a general rule, anything under 10 is definitely a miss. Even under 15, well, maybe not under 15. Under 10 is a miss.
Yeah. These are slow-moving corpses.
They are, yes, I agree.
It makes me sad.
Does Autumn do anything else?
No.
Coltane, seeing his two allies engulfed by the gelatinous cube.
Is there even anything he can do to help them? Like, knowing my luck, I'm gonna attack the cube and stab Zook accidentally.
That's okay. That'd be an acceptable loss.
Now, if you attack it here, you won't hit your allies. You can attack the cube in general without hitting your allies, but you cannot help them without yourself getting sucked into the cube.
Well, that
We should form
sounds
human
like a
chain
great
and send
idea.
Coltane in first.
Can I hook them out if I had my halberd out? It'd be like fishing in a cube of gelatin.
It seems like... I mean, a halberd is a dangerous weapon, right? You'd be prying them out, but also stabbing them.
Well, they're also getting burned alive by acid.
How much worse could it be?
I'm sure they won't
The acid
notice
getting into
actually.
their bloodstream from a wound.
That only stings a little.
Okay, well, what fun. Coltane is going to shift to the cube's east and attack it with a Viper Strike. That's a total of 18 for 8 damage.
Coltane slashes into the gelatinous cube. Zook takes 10 acid damage as he's being digested, dropping to 19 out of 40 hit points. Either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Alright, I roll athletics, I get a 6.
Epic fail.
Your athletics is better than your acrobatics?
They're the same.
Oh my god.
I think mine's the same way. Oh,
Can
no,
I do
it's the
2
other way.
checks, or is that like...
If you
two
spend an
standard
action point,
actions?
you can. You can't.
Okay, so-
It's a move action, but you're dazed, so you can only take one action. Wait, can you spend an action point? Yeah, I guess you can spend an action point. Do you even have one?
Didn't we
No, I
use
don't.
all our action points?
Sounds about right.
Actually, Coltane didn't.
Can I roll a saving throw?
Yes, you can. Not that the weakened is hurting you any further at this point. It's just insult to
Hey.
injury.
I roll a 1 and fail.
Oh, talking about insult to injury. Oh boy.
I take that previously. That's an epic fail.
The corpse slaps Autumn again for 7 damage, dropping her to 15 out of 34 hit points before it continues to shamble away from her. Autumn is bloodied.
I'm getting bloody tired of those freaking corpses hitting me.
I'm sure they feel the same way about you.
Probably.
However, the
Again,
corpse that you
freaking
guys have
help
been focus firing on regenerates some more, and it is no longer bloodied.
Uh-oh.
Once again, it keeps trying to move back away from wreckage.
Oh, crap.
And it slaps Autumn for 5 damage, bringing her down to 10 hit points. Does wreckage pull her again? Pull the corpse again?
Yeah.
I realized it moved left and was friggin' flanking me.
That ends round 3. Round 4, Wintier gets digested down to 7 hit points. If he does not escape this round, he is as good as dead unless the Drogans can kill this gelatinous cube. in one round.
Oh yeah, that seems likely. Jesus. You're just cruel. Also, sir,
Does
you
Wintier have action points? No.
No.
Yeah, boy.
So, athletics again, see if he can escape. That's a 23.
Wintier escapes. He can now shift into a unoccupied square of his choosing adjacent to the cube. And he is now no longer dazed or grabbed or taking ongoing damage.
Does that mean he has another action?
Let's say yes. I'm not sure, I'll look it up in the meantime. For now, let's say yes.
Like, do you think he could use second wind? Or move?
Yeah, for now, let's say he can take an action. It was a move action for him to escape the grab. So Wintier has opted to move north of the cube, separating himself from the party, but not separating himself from the route of escape, because right now the cube essentially has the party cut off from escape.
Oh, it doesn't
So
have me
he's-
cut off from escape. I can face step my ass out of here.
So Wintier's going to use second wind. Yeah, second wind.
So Wintier heals 7 hit points, back up to 14 out of 30. He's still dangerously close to the cube, though. Wreckage is up.
Wreckage is gonna mark the corpse again. He's gonna do a strength of stone attack. 22 versus AC, hit for 6 damage.
Wreckage hits. The corpse is once again bloodied. The ooze slams itself into Coltane for 10 damage, and as the acid... Coltane is not absorbed into the cube, but he still gets acid residue on him, and it immobilizes the warlord. The cube then tries to slam Coltane again, but this time Coltane manages to bring up his shield in time. Autumn is up.
I'm conflicted. I don't know if it'd be a better idea to attack or use second wind. Any suggestions there, guys?
No, not really. I can only see this battle going poorly.
All right, so let's pause the battle right here. This is starting to lean towards a TPK situation, so let's, before we continue doing the same thing, again, what is that quote that I love to say? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is insanity. Let's analyze what's going on in let's analyze what's going on in this battle. Let's analyze why you guys are engaged in this battle. And let's analyze whether you guys need to be engaged in this battle.
Okay, I can tell you right now, we don't need to be in here. We're only in here because a certain dumbass insisted we come down this hallway, and yeah, I don't remember what the other question was.
Glorious leader.
Don't we have to be engaged in this unless we want to abandon somebody behind? I mean, we could all run away,
Yeah, but initially,
potentially,
we need to
into
be
a
engaged
room we
now.
haven't explored. Except for Wintier, who can run away in a different direction, and then we can leave Zook, probably, to die horribly.
Right. I meant not from a tactical point of view right now, but just from a purpose, goal, grand scheme point of view. Is this a battle that you guys need to be fighting? Was your objective to come down into Shadowfell Keep and kill some ooze and some corpses?
No, it wasn't.
I actually don't know what our job is.
Well, at least you know it's not this. Alright. So, you do have a situation right now, and it's that retreat is a difficult option, correct?
That's one way of putting it.
So the question then becomes, what can you do? Well, first off, if retreat were a viable option, is that something you would go for? Or do you guys want to keep fighting this battle?
I would flee.
Me too, but I'm not exactly in the greatest position to do that.
And why is Autumn not in the greatest position to use her face step? For instance.
It's not gonna get me far enough away from everything.
Really? 30 feet? I mean, that should be able to get her there, and then she can move again. This is just for argument's sake. I mean, again, if she would be doing that right now, she would be abandoning her teammates. So
That's precisely why.
let's analyze what you guys can do as a party to enable retreat to be an option. Right now, in its current position, the gelatinous cube is blocking your retreat.
Yep.
We need wreckage to mark it so if it attacks someone else, you can slide it out of the way. That or try and lure it out of that giant space.
I think it was Nick that pointed out that Zook opened up a door revealing a room that you haven't explored. More danger possibly lies ahead.
I mentioned that we should have retreated into there.
Why do you say should have? Why is it not an option?
Because right now Zook is stuck inside the cube. We should try to get him out first.
And Coltane is immobilized.
Yeah.
The immobilized condition is save ends.
Could you explain to me what the hell that means? Because I actually have no idea.
That means that he gets to roll a saving throw to end the effect.
Oh.
So possibly by the end of Coltane's next turn, which is right after autumn, he will no longer be immobilized.
Right.
So if retreat is the plan, yes, there are certain factors that mean the entire group cannot retreat right now, but is there a reason why you can't start taking steps towards an eventual retreat?
I think we could do that. Shouldn't be too hard.
So remember, all your characters are within 25 feet of each other. So just speaking at a moderate volume level is enough to explain what the plan is, and it doesn't take 6 seconds to say, hey, move into that room, or hey, Wintier, go down that corridor. So do you guys have an idea of how you're going to proceed in this battle?
I do. We can get Wintier to retreat north. The rest of us can go through that door to the right, or to the east, and we can leave Zook in the slide. Because he's made 2 characters. Had to remake characters twice already. What's a third time?